I've been trying to decide exactly how I'm going to do this video, so I ended up going with having the camera here in front of me as usual, and having my computer within reach to have information in front of me so that I don't forget it or get it wrong, or you know, I don't want to mess anything up. So, but keep in mind, I am using information that is readily available to you on the internet. Its accuracy may vary just a little bit. So today we're going to talk about the Argen 7, the ever elusive foreign figures from Argentina, the 7 straight arm Argentinian figures. So the first in wave 1 was actually the Cobra Invaser, who is made from a snake eyes mold and is it's a bad guy. My research may not be completely perfect, but I can show you what this figure looks like. I'm not sure if the Estrella version or if the Plastorama version is considered to be part of the Argen 7. It's actually the Argen 6. 6 straight arm figures that were part of the Series 2 Commandos in Macau. I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. So this figure, just to give you an idea, this one's not in the best of condition. He's a little bit loose, he's a little bit banged up, but it's a straight arm snake eyes with a silver cobra emblem on his chest. This is actually the Plastorama version. I think it's the Plastorama version. If you look on his back, you can still see the Estrella mold mark right there. I guess they deleted the Estrella mold mark. They used the same mold, and they deleted it. So these South American figures are actually made of a slightly cheaper plastic than the Hasbro figures, and tend to break a little bit easier. The paint quality is not as good, hence the considerable paint wear on his chest. But that's the only paint that this figure had, and he came with the same accessories as Snake Eyes. He was just marketed as a Cobra figure. So the Series 2 straight arm figures included, I'm going to pull this up here. Well, we have Cobra Invaser from the Series 1, and the Series 2 figures included the Cobra Mortal, Glinda, which was an exclusive character. So was Cobra Mortal. That was one of the big things about these figures, is that they were exclusive characters. They were not just remade, repainted characters. They were different characters altogether. Menle, Red Mac, Shimmick, and Thompson. And these were all straight arm. Well, Red Laser's Army, in the 2018 summer set, released what they called the Argen 4, which is very similarly made figures with a swivel arm battle grip. This one, I believe, is actually Thompson. Yes, this is the Red Laser's Army Thompson version, or Red Laser's Army swivel arm version of Thompson, and he came with a rifle and a satchel charge. Very cool looking figure. It's very, very close to the original, except the swivel arm, the camo pattern's a little bit different. You know, I mean, it's very easily recognizable as not being an original Argen 7 figure. Which gets me also to the term itself, the Argen 7. That term was actually coined as a way to segregate and identify this particular set of figures. And I'll also include images of the original figures at some point here in the video. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put an original picture of Thompson right here. Next, we have the Menle figure, or Manleh, M-A-N-L-E-H figure. Now, the original, I believe, was a slightly lighter blue. He was also a straight arm. And here we have the Red Laser's Army version from the Argen 4, the blue camo, swivel arm battle grip version of Menle. Very cool figure. By the way, quality on these is pretty good. The one thing that I've pointed out before about some of the Red Lasers Army figures, you got the Exorcist head that spins 360 degrees. I don't care for that, but you know, these guys are just going to be in bags or displayed, and he came with an Uzi and a rifle there. And I'll include the photo of the original right here. Up next, we have Red Mac, who is the third of 4. And this guy has a reddish brown camouflage. Again, swivel arm battle grip, and colors very reminiscent of the original Red Mac. The original Argen 7 Red Mac, or Argen 6. This figure, the head's a little bit loose. Exorcist head, again. He came with a rock and roll style machine gun with bipod. Which I'm going to pop that bipod off there. Probably not keep that on for display purposes. Probably going to end up making packaging somehow for these guys. The clamshells that I've been using, I think, is probably what I'll use. And the photo of the original figure is right here. Shimmick, another Argentina Plastorama exclusive character and figure. And there you had the original figure image of the straight arm version. I think the Red Lasers Army did an excellent job making these figures in tribute to the Argen 7, or the 4 of the Argen 7. I would really like to see the other 3 characters come out. I'd really like to see Red Lasers Army release Glinda, the Cobra Mortal, and the Cobra Invaser. I think that would be fantastic. Let's talk a little bit about body construction here, what the original figures, what their body construction consisted of. Shimmick, you have, it's a recolored head of Grunt and the straight arm body of Rock and Roll. Also, I'm going to note that the gun Shimmick came with is the same style of gun that the original Shimmick came with, except the other guy, the Plastorama version, he also had a black helmet and a black backpack. The Menle figure, he came with a parachute and an Uzi, so I don't think that Red Lasers Army is going to put parachutes with any of their figures, so you do have the Uzi here, and then you have the laser rifle. Body construction, the original, the figure is made up from the same mold as the straight arm Stalker. So completely recolored. He's maybe Hispanic, maybe Caucasian, recolor of Stalker. So with a completely different character card. Red Mac, the figure was made up of the same mold as the straight arm Hawk. So this is a recolored Hawk, but again, it's a completely different character. And in addition to the Rock and Roll machine gun and bipod, the original figure came with a brown helmet and a brown backpack. These are items that might be able to find, get these guys looking more complete like their Argentina counterparts. So Thompson, the Thompson figure, the body construction, this guy, the gray one, the gray camo. And I also think that it's kind of neat that they chose just different colors of camo for these characters. The figure was created using the head, chest, waist, and legs from the straight arm Breaker, and the arms are from the same mold as the straight arm Grunt and Snake Eyes, among others. And that's on the original character. And accessories that this guy came with, he came with an M16 like this, except the one he came with did not have the strap. He came with a phone, one of the sat phones. It's like the Firefly sat phone. And he came with a gray helmet and backpack. And I'm telling you, that's really something that I'm thinking I'm probably going to try and track down and get the at least correct accessories with these guys. You know, I had those clamshells for a few days, and I've already sold out of what I had. I'm working on some packaging for just figures in general, some packaging that'll work for vintage figures as well as modern custom figures. Modern figures will also fit, the modern construction style, they will also fit into these clamshells. So I should have more of those available within a week. My counterpart at Texas T Customs will also be selling these on his website, and we are both selling, we will both be selling file card packaging options for these as like packaging kits, not specifically for these figures, but just in general we'll be selling these things. We're working on some getting some Black Major figure artwork done up so that we can get those bio cards out to you guys. But here we have the Red Lasers Army Argen 4. Let's hope that the other 3 figures come out with these guys in the next set. This is one of the things that I was probably most excited for from the summer set. My cat is acting like an idiot. So that was 4 of the figures that I was probably the most excited for that came out in the 2018 summer set. I'll do some videos on the others as well as I get to them. Got a lot going on right now, and I'm just trying to squeeze in videos wherever I can. So, yeah, video time is lacking a little bit here lately, but yeah. Anyway, like I said, let's see. I covered the Argen 7, Argen 6, whatever that that term was coined as a means of identifying those straight arm figures that were their own exclusive characters. I believe that there was actually other straight arm figures in that series, but yeah, there were other straight arm figures in that series, but those figures were of existing characters. And that is the Argentina in the early 80s, presumably by Plastorama. It's a repaint made from a straight arm Zap, and that that's just the Zap figure from that country. I don't know how many of you guys get into collecting some of the foreign figures. I am a very little bit. I buy a lot of the Fun School stuff. Haven't really gotten a whole lot into the South American figures. I do have a Commandos Heracos doc that is mint on card, and the card is in great shape, which is something that you don't find very often from South American companies or Fun School in general. I don't remember the actual name of the company that is on the card for that. I'm trying to look at it, but it's far up next to the ceiling. Anyway, those cards were very thin, and they just didn't hold up well. And sometimes the bubbles would crack. I'll probably go over this figure and some other of the Fun School type figures here soon. Alright guys, thanks for watching and checking out a little bit of history on some Argentina figures and the modern Red Lasers Army tribute to them. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and check out another video that I'll have linked up here somewhere. It'll just be best for a viewer, and I may throw up a link for another channel of mine or one of my colleagues' channels. Yes, I have come to find that there are a lot of us on YouTube. A lot more than what I had originally expected to find. A lot of people are making some great YouTube content. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit me up again here soon. Yo, Joe.